4, 3, 2, 1. Good morning and welcome to the South Carolina Public Service Commission. Today is Thursday, November 13th. It is approximately 10 a.m. and we are hearing on docket number 2025-172-E concerning Duke Energy Carolina LLC's request for rate increases and changes to be outlined by our Chief Counsel. First, all commissioners are present in the hearing room. Ms. Wester-Hill, would you please explain this docket and what relief is being sought by the company?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As the chairman mentioned, yes, sir. As the chairman mentioned, this is the customer public hearing beginning at 10 a.m. today with regard to docket number 2025-172E. It deals with the application of Duke Energy Carolinas requesting an increase in electric rates, adjustment in the electric rate schedules, and related tariffs, as well as an accounting order. The hearing was noticed and scheduled by the clerk's office to begin today at 10 a.m. And Mr. Chairman, the docket is in order. The parties are being represented here by their attorney counsel, and we do have some folks signed up. Mr. Chairman, the docket is in order and ready.
All right. Thank you very much. We would like to take appearances from the parties now, and after that I'm going to provide a brief outline of what the process is right for the participants in this public hearing, and we will talk about some preliminary matters if necessary. First, starting with the company, please introduce yourselves.
Good morning, Mr. Chair, Vice Chair Williams, members of the Commission. I am Sam Wellborn here on behalf of Duke Energy Carolinas.
Thank you, Mr. Wellborn, and on behalf of the Department of Consumer Affairs.
Good morning, Chair Powers, members of the Commission. I'm Jake Edwards with the South Carolina Department of Consumer Affairs.
Thank you, Mr. Edwards. And Mr. Torini, you're here for some reason.
I am. Just to enjoy everyone's company. I'm here for the South Carolina Energy Users Committee, and Mr. Elliott is joining us online.
All right, thank you, and Mr. Elliott, and Office of Regulatory Staff.
Good morning, Chair Powers. Donna Rainey on behalf of Office of Regulatory Staff.
All right, thank you very much. All right, let me start with the instructions that we'd like to go over for the public hearing. This proceeding before the Public Service Commission is docket number 2025-172E, as we mentioned, which concerns Duke Energy Carolina's application for an increase in electric rates, adjustment in electric rate schedules and tariffs, and a request for a accounting order. It is important for everyone present today and those who are testifying virtually to remember that this public hearing is just as if you are in an actual trial itself. You are in the courtroom. The Commission is mandated by law to follow certain procedures. Only those people who have signed up will be able to speak. The Commission will not hear from you unless you're signed up to testify. If you are signed up to speak, you're testifying as a witness about facts known to you related to Duke Energy Carolina LLC's application for an increase in electric rates, adjustments in electric rate schedules and tariffs, and request for a accounting order. You will be placed under oath. That means you are telling everyone that what you are going to say is the truth known to you. Your statements must be under oath in order to be evidence in this case and considered by the Commission. When you are called to speak, please give your name, the name of the street that you live on, and the town you reside. You do not need to provide your house number or any personal information. The transcript of this hearing will be published and placed in the records required by law so that anyone can read it. If you will, please confirm while giving your statement or comments that you're a customer of Duke Energy Carolinas LLC, or whether you aren't. For example, my name is Jane Smith. I am a customer of Duke Energy Carolinas LLC. I live on Maple Street in the town of Anderson. Then you may proceed to tell whatever you want to tell the Commission about your testimony. Please speak clearly so that everyone can hear you, including the court reporter. After you've done speaking, please remain where you are on the phone for any clarifying questions that the parties or commissioners might have for you. Everyone who signed up to speak will be given the same time limit of 3 minutes. This is the fourth public hearing in this docket. The next and last public hearing will be held this afternoon. Please note that if you provided testimony during one other hearing, you cannot provide testimony a second time at this hearing or the one later today. The hearing in this matter begins today. Commissioners will, as schedule permits, hear positions, testimony, evidence from Duke Energy Carolinas LLC, the Office of Regulatory Staff, South Carolina Department of Consumer Affairs, and all other parties intervening in this matter regarding Duke Energy Carolina LLC's application. Generally, when we get into the actual hearing and testimony, we'll hear from various technical people, and the witnesses and statements will continue until the matter is completed. You can watch it through the Commission's website at www.psc.sc.gov. From there, you click on the live stream tab, and it will take you to any of our hearings. Lastly, importantly, as I mentioned, if you're signed up to speak, you are a witness testifying in the matter. I must let you know that the 7 commissioners before you are what's called a quasi-judicial body in South Carolina. That means we sit as judges in this case. We're subject to rules of judicial conduct and laws passed by our General Assembly. And just like if you're a witness in a trial at the county courthouse or when you're serving for a jury, you cannot ask questions of the judge and expect them to answer. Same applies here. We're bound by those rules. It's your opportunity to be heard and say what you want the Public Service Commission to know about Duke Energy Carolina LLC's application. If you have information that you want to send as evidence, it must be provided to the clerk and court reporter at the completion of any testimony. Representatives from Duke Energy Carolina's Office of Regulatory Staff, South Carolina Department of Consumer Affairs, and interveners are here and are available to talk with customers by calling their offices. Duke Energy Carolina's representatives are available from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. The Office of Regulatory Staff is available from 8:30 to 5 p.m. to talk to customers as well. You can call the Office of Regulatory Staff at 1-800-922-1531. The attorneys here, if you have questions while testifying, they certainly can address that, and the offices of the different agencies are available as well. All right, Mr. Bachman, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Our first witness on the line this morning is John Otto. Mr. Otto, can you hear me?
I can.
Thank you, sir. If you'd please affirm that the testimony that you're about to give represents the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Thank you, sir. Will you please provide the commission with your name, the name of your town and your street, but not your street number?
Yeah, my name is John Otto. I live on Willow Court in Campobello, South Carolina, Spartanburg County.
Thank you, Mr. Otto. And are you a Duke Energy Carolinas customer?
I am.
Thank you, sir. You may begin your testimony. You will have 3 minutes. We do ask that you remain on the line once those 3 minutes have elapsed, as commissioners or parties may have questions for you.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Chairperson and members of the commission. My wife and I moved to Campobello 3 years ago from our sister state, New Bern, North Carolina. My wife is a retired school teacher, and I'm retired as well. However, I do work part-time to supplement our retirement income. We are on a fixed income. The last 5 years have been difficult for us, as with most Americans, starting with 2020 and COVID and runaway inflation since 2021, and followed this year by tariffs, which have affected most goods and services that we use. As a matter of fact, I was notified by my employer that my compensation would be reduced by roughly 10% because of the tariffs, and that was 3 weeks ago. In October, again, we were notified that our car insurance would more than double, and we're both on Medicare, and we were notified by our Medicare Advantage plan that our deductibles would increase and our benefits would decrease. In both cases, we were able to find another automobile insurance provider, as well as shopping for a different Medicare Advantage plan. We can't do that with our electric rates, and we're thankful that the commission is there as a guardrail to protect us from unfair rate increases by Duke Utility. Duke Energy, in their third quarter, made over $1 billion in profit. In year to date, they've made $4,934 million. Their third quarter, they beat the analyst expectations by 7 cents. Had they taken just 5 cents of that and applied that to the infrastructure money that they're asking for with a rate increase, that would have equated to about $30 million by my math. I've spoken to a few of my friends and tried to get them involved in attending either in person this meeting or by phone. And their thoughts were that it's a foregone conclusion that the rate increase is going to happen. And I'm looking at the third quarter investor conference call that the president, as well as Mr. Savoy, who I'm going to quote here from this investor conference, he also said that he expected new rates in South Carolina to be effective in the first quarter of 2026. So even Duke thinks that the rate increase is going to happen. For all these reasons, both my wife and I are opposed to any rate increase from Duke. Thank you.
Is that, if you'll stay there, let's see if there's any questions. Thank you, Mr. Otto. Any questions from the company?
No questions, Mr. Chair.
DCA?
Just one. Mr. Otto, thank you for calling in. How did you find out about today's hearing?
I thought a little bit about that, and I believe I saw it on a news feed on TV.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Torini, any questions? ORS?
No questions.
Thank you very much. Any commissioner questions? Mr. Williams?
Thank you, Chair Powers. Mr. Otto, can you hear me?
I can.
Great. You referenced that you don't have an option of shopping around for another electrical utility, but I wondered, given the background and the experience that you have and that you presented in your testimony, have you looked at energy efficiency options for your home and ways that you might get more for your dollar?
Well, my wife and I are blessed in a number of respects. One is our health, and two is the fact that we moved into a brand new energy efficient home 2.5 years ago. All of our appliances are energy efficient, and as I understand it, if this rate increase is approved, that over a little over 2 years, we would have seen our power bill go up 25%, and that sounds about right to me.
Well, I'm glad to hear about your new home and the energy efficiency that you believe is there, and it's just so. Thank you for your testimony.
Thank you, Commissioner Williams. Any further commissioner questions? All right, Mr. Otto, thank you very much for calling in. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair, our next witness is Joyce Van Hook. Joyce Van Hook, can you hear me? Ms. Van Hook?
Yes.
Thank you. Would you please affirm that the testimony you're about to give represents the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Absolutely.
Thank you, ma'am. Would you please provide the commission with your name, your street name, and that of your town, but not your street number?
My name is Joyce Van Hook. I live on Park Street in West Pelzer, South Carolina.
Thank you, Ms. Van Hook. And are you a Duke Energy Carolinas customer?
Yes, I am.
Thank you, ma'am. You may begin your testimony, for which you will have 3 minutes. We ask that you remain on the line and do not hang up once those 3 minutes have elapsed, as commissioners or parties in the docket may have questions for you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I would like to just say that my husband and I are both retirees. We do live on a fixed income. My husband did serve in the military. He didn't retire military, but he is a veteran. We are incurring cost increases on our insurance, our taxes, our food, our prescriptions, on and on and on. At this point in our lives, we are no longer able to continue to absorb cost increases. I realize the necessity for building and having more power structure because of the AI, but this is not something that we can continue to support on our own. I don't get any type of help on any bills. No one helps pay anything that I use. I know that Duke Power just had a rate increase in July of 2025, and there is a scheduled rate increase for March of 2026. Having said that, I also know that Duke Power at the end of June of 2025, had over a $21 billion profit year over year, which is just over 7.75% increase. I understand, like I said, the need for more power. However, some of this risk is going to have to be on the back of companies, preparing for these things, or growth needs to be slowed because we can no longer continue on incomes that we are making to support any rate increases financially.
Thank you, ma'am. If you would,
Yes.
If you would hold, let's see if there are any questions. Any questions from the company Duke Energy Carolinas?
I don't have any questions, Mr. Chair.
Department of Consumer Affairs.
Thank you for speaking, Ms. Van Hook. I would just like to ask you how you found out about today's hearing.
Actually, I've seen it in our local newspaper, the Journal, but someone pointed out, I saw it on Facebook, that we could sign up and speak if we weren't able or willing to be out and go to a public meeting. So I did see it on Facebook. Duke Power should post that. It was just on a page that, people post here, Friends of West Pelzer area.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
South Carolina Energy Users Committee. No questions? Office of Regulatory Staff.
No questions.
All right. Commissioner questions. Vice Chair Williams.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Ms. Van Hook, just want to thank you and your husband for your sacrifice and service to our country.
Well, thank you for that. I just want to say that I'm one person. Not a lot of people are aware or even take the time, sadly, to speak out. But I've checked with friends to see what things they might want me to say, and I felt like I spoke for some of my neighbors as well.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right. Any further commissioner questions? All right. Well, Ms. Van Hook, thank you very much, and have a
Thank you.
good rest of your day.
I appreciate that, sir.
Mr. Chair, at this point, we have either heard testimony from all who have pre-registered or have reached out to them multiple times and been unable to contact them, leaving voicemails with those with whom we are able, and we have no further people signed up to testify.
Thank you, Mr. Bachman. I think just in fairness to anyone who may call, it's about 10:21. We will stand in recess, and if we hear from no one at 10:30, we'll adjourn at that time.
Chair Powers.
ORS, yes.
Chair Powers, at this time, I would like to make a motion at the October 16th Greenwood customer night hearing. ORS inadvertently failed to enter the signing sheets into the record of that hearing. If it would be appropriate, I would like to do it at this time.
All right, that's just fine. And we will do that, Ms. Rainey, and that will be exhibit number 6.
Thank you, Chair. And also, I would like to move that the signing sheets from today, well, I don't know if from this morning's hearing be entered in the record as well.
That's just fine. And when if we're done, we're done. If there's anything to add to it, we'll add to it, and it'll be exhibit number 7.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll be at ease for just a few minutes. Thank you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good morning again. We are back on the record in docket number 2025-172E, the application of Duke Energy Carolinas for an increase in electric rates, adjustment of electric rate schedules and tariffs, and request for an accounting order. Mr. Bachman, do we have any more public witnesses?
We've reached out multiple times to Mr. Dunlap, who has called back, but we've been unable to follow up with him. We've committed to reaching out over the course of the day and having him testify at the 4 p.m. session.
All right, and then we also have a couple of other people scheduled at 4 p.m.
Yes, sir, we do.
All right. Okay, well, thank you all for being here. We will be in recess until 4 p.m. Thank you again.